Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article. Now, this is from CNN over in their politics section, when something like this shouldn't be political. And it was written on April 2nd by two hacks here, Jennifer Hansler and Kylie Atwood, who just want to play off the whole, Russia bullshit. Basically, we have a situation where they need certain things in New York. It just so happens the Russians had those things. You'd think they would put their Democrat, narratives and BS aside and throw the partisan politics, wow, I combine those two words, into, they would just basically, set the partisan politics aside. Anyway, look at the title here. Russian Wu flu aid delivery to U.S. prompts confusion and criticism. Which it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. It shouldn't get either for a response. Anyway, let's get into the article here. Former State Department officials were mystified and bemused by the United States purchase of medical supplies from Russia amid the coronavirus pandemic, a move that experts say is a propaganda win for the Kremlin. See, these people would rather have Americans die than allow for us to deal with Russia to get the things we happen to need right now because, oh no, it might make Putin look good. And it might basically show that we're like retarded idiots. Oh wait, you're actually doing that yourselves right now with your response to this. This is ridiculous. They have stuff that we need in New York City. And these idiots want to deny those people in need of these supplies because they need to push a Russian narrative. It's disgusting. A Russian plane with the equipment touched down in New York City on Wednesday with an air traffic controller thanking the pilot for all the assistance you are bringing in. Yeah, that's because it's a good thing. The delivery came days after President Donald Trump spoke by phone with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin. And they did not like that. See, they want to make Russia, which this is so twisted. They want to turn Russia into the former Soviet Union on the note of having this enemy, when the real enemy is China. They want us to focus on Russia, all these Democrats. Well, they're sucking the dick of Xi Jinping, whatever the fuck his name is, fucking Winnie the Pooh, because I know I screwed up the last part of his name, okay? They're sucking Winnie the Pooh's dick and all the CCP dick, which has been going on since the Clintons. I mean, the neocons and the Democrats were both in bed with this shit, the rhino neocons and the Democrats back in the 90s. But the Democrats have continued with that. They have been on their knees sucking Chinese dick for a long time. And they're going, oh, Russia, Russia, Russia. Well, China's screwing this country over right now in the midst of the pandemic, sending over faulty equipment and, masks with guys running, stomping all over them and stuff. I mean, this is ridiculous. They're worried about Russia when China actively took and kept things quiet while they had supposedly privately owned Chinese companies in, nations like the United States, Australia, New Zealand, throughout Europe, going around and cleaning out wholesalers and retailers of all the medical supplies necessary, things like masks and other, equipment. They literally wiped us out. Well, they kept shit quiet and then went, you don't have anything. Oh, what are you going to do? Hey, we'll sell you stuff. I mean, come on now. Real threats, Russia. Give me a break. Anyway, according to State Department spokesperson Morgan Ortagus, the U.S. purchased the supplies, which included ventilators and personal protection equipment. And you know what's going to be messed up? The stuff we're getting from China. Complete shit. The stuff we're going to get from Russia, going to work. Mark my words on that. Both countries have provided humanitarian assistance to each other in times of crisis in the past and will no doubt do so again in the future, she said. This is a time to work together to overcome a common enemy that threatens the lives of all of us. And she's right on that. And you know what? We helped the former Soviet Union and the republics that, the nations that formed out of its breakup. We bent over backwards and helped them like you wouldn't believe. They throw back a little help, and we've got the Democrats and the left freaking out because, oh no, we took something from Russia. Grow up. We're talking about lives. Potential loss of it. A State Department spokesperson on Thursday evening said, the United States is purchasing the supplies and equipment outright, as with deliveries from other countries. Yeah, so there's no strings attached. We are purchasing it outright. But yet they want to play it like, oh, wow, well, this is going to have strings attached. It's going to make Putin look good. It's going to be propaganda. I mean, we literally bought it off of them flat out. It would be, it shouldn't be an issue. We appreciate Russia selling these items to us below market value, they said. Yeah, so here we are. We're buying it. And they're cutting us a deal. They're doing us a favor. You've got Cuomo. You've got Andrew Cuomo sitting there going, I don't have this, I don't have that, when he hasn't run out and he still has supplies in the storehouses, in the warehouses. You think something like this would shut him up and the Democrats go, oh, well, Trump needs to get more stuff there. He gets more stuff there, they bitch about it. He cannot win with them. It is unclear if the Trump administration also bought supplies from other countries below market value and how the specific deal was established. Okay. It seems above the board to me, but it sounds like you're looking for some nefarious thing going on, but whatever. The spokesperson for the Russian Foreign Ministry, Maria Zakharova, said Thursday that half of the cargo was paid for by the Russian Direct Investment Fund, a state-owned sovereign wealth investment fund, and half by the U.S. Maybe because they're looking at the fact of they see China as a threat, and they would rather have the United States strong, because you know what? I'm sure Putin don't trust Xi. All right, Winnie the Pooh, all right, he might look sweet and innocent, but if Piglet pisses him off, he'll shank him. I mean, seriously. It's so funny. Trump, speaking from the White House Thursday, did not mention the supplies being purchased. He instead touted the delivery as a very nice offer and said that he would be open to future aid. Well, we paid half price for the stuff. That is aid. When they pick up the other half, they're aiding us. Jesus Christ. Nitpicking on shit. Oh, it's CNN. What do you expect? It was a very nice gesture on behalf of President Putin, and I could have said no thank you, or I could have said thank you. And it was a large plane of very high quality medical supplies, and I said, I'll take it, Trump said. Yeah, and he's a bad man for doing it somehow. The decision to buy supplies from one of U.S.'s traditional adversaries and the lack of transparency around that choice was met with confusion by a number of former officials. Now, what's funny is, during the Cold War, Russia, Soviet Union, I should say, there is a difference between the two, but the Soviet Union, the former Soviet Union, was an enemy. Then we had the fall of the Iron Curtain and all that, and we were actually becoming friends. We were doing military exercises together. We were doing humanitarian work through the UN together. We were doing a lot of things together. And then when we realized we didn't have an enemy to fight anymore, okay, that's when you ended up with the war on terror. That played out for them, so then they went back to Russia. This is when we've had far bigger threats, like China, who the Democrats and the neocons bent over and got fucked by because they were getting paid large sums of money. So they didn't mind that they were taking it up the ass for all of us. They didn't mind that they were forcing us to be bent over and anally raped alongside them because they were getting paid. Now we're in the shit situation we're in. Russia actually hands over these, supplies, paying half of them. We pay the other half, and they got a problem with that. It's disgusting. They would rather see people die than take these supplies. It's disgusting. Maybe this is a case of the bureaucracy being worried and having to fill in behind a decision Trump made on his own, but not wanting to get too far into details to avoid backlash, said one former official. No, that's not what happened here. Oh my God. Wow. Let me guess, this was some Obama stooge, because you're not saying who it is. I'm guessing it was some deep state Obama stooge. Who was it? This former official. The other officials struggled to find any sort of justification for the Trump administration allowing Russia to be trusted sources for the goods, which are in short supply in the United States. Well, it could be because we're in short supply. Then you don't think they're not going to just check them to make sure when they come in? Come on now. It is really hard to understand why they are not being clear. It should be easy to explain, they said. It also highlights the issue with how much aid the U.S. is giving to other countries and how much is coming in. Well, that's the thing. We're throwing aid out to all these other countries. Russia comes to our aid, and these people freak the fuck out. Because, you know what? They push this narrative, big, bad, evil Russia. And if Russia's helping out the United States like this, they can't sell that narrative. They can't sell the narrative that Russia is our, mortal enemy. Because obviously a mortal enemy wouldn't, pay for half the medical supplies that they sent over. These people are so vile and disgusting and evil that they would want to see the deaths of Americans in New York City instead of take the stuff from Russia. These two innocent looking women, this chunky monkey here and her, okay? They want to see Americans die so that they can keep that Russian bullshit going. Jennifer and Kylie, you are the scum of the earth. Both of you. Seriously. Russia is subject to numerous U.S. sanctions, including for its aggression in Ukraine and its attempts to interfere in the 2016 U.S. election. A bullshit narrative you people keep pushing. Let's see. It went from they hacked the DNC, which forensic experts showed that they did not get that information themselves or at all, that it was someone on the inside of the DNC that downloaded it, Seth Rich, and yeah. Your narrative was, they spent $300,000 on Facebook ads, which almost all of them showed after the election. You people got nothing on that. The deep state was the element in the government that pushed this sanction crap. And now you don't like the fact that Russia's actually looking good right now. Disgusting. Daniel Fried, a former diplomat specializing in Russia and sanctions policy, told CNN that it shows the complexity of dealing in a humanitarian era with Russian institutions when we are pushing back at the same time against their aggressions. Well, hold on a second. They've never done anything against us that you can actually prove. You've got deep state shills saying, they tried to hack the election. Then it was, they tried to interfere with the election. Then it was, they bought $300,000 worth of Facebook ads. Literally. That ain't aggression. They haven't really done shit to us. And then I love this. The title, I haven't read the titles for each section, but this one is worth it. Propaganda bonanza. Former diplomat Brett McGurk described the delivery, which was touted by Moscow as a humanitarian gesture, as a propaganda bonanza. Okay, yes, it does make them look good, but will it save lives? Yes or no, McGurk? What is it? Which one? Oh, that's right. None of you want to talk about the fact that that's going to save lives, what came in on that plane. Graham Brookie, the director and managing editor of the Atlantic Council's Digital Forensic Research Lab, told CNN that they're seeing a huge amount of that kind of Russia is here to help. That positive messaging, positive propaganda. So wait a minute, they're actually doing more for us than any, other nation has right now. They're stepping up. They're helping us. And you want to fucking treat them like shit for that? You people are disgusting. Who cares if it's a PR fucking win for Putin and Russia right now? They're the only ones stepping up and trying to help us. You don't see any other country doing that. You don't see China doing that. No, they're sending all their shit to us. All their to other nations. We haven't really taken their kits or anything. But the supplies, other supplies that we've taken in have had to be sent back because it's been contaminated or something else. And we paid full freight for it all. Russia says, hey, we'll pay half the bill on this. You need it? Yeah. Trump's like, yeah, we need it. They fly it right into New York City, where we're being hit hard as a nation. One of the places where it's happening. Come on now. The Russians will fly in as many planes as possible to create the perception that we are relying on Russia, a third former official said. Bullshit. That is not what's going to happen. They're literally trying to create this complete fabrication with this flight coming in that, oh no, Russia's going to make it look like we're dependent on them. When literally you look at the two nations comparatively, we are never going to be relying on them. That perception's never going to fly, because if you look at our GDP compared to theirs, even with the hits, we're still kicking their ass. Militarily, we're kicking their ass. Food production-wise, we're kicking their ass. So yeah, that's really going to fly, this perception that we're dependent on Russia. Keep talking out your ass, you dumb shit. And I love it. They will not tell who these people are, these former officials, because they're Obama deep state shitbag shills for globalism and elitism and all that other bullshit that they've like loved and touted. You know, come on now. This is disgusting. If we keep accepting it, this makes us look weak and them look strong. So basically, you want people to die. You don't care about the lives that's going to save. You only care about your bullshit Russian narrative, you scumbag, shit-eating pig. And I'm sorry for my language. I tried to read through this before and not get worked up like this. And I made it further than I have up to this point, because this guy is a scumbag, this unnamed government official, this former official. It's disgusting. Andrew Weiss, the vice president for studies in the Russia and Eurasia program at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, said the move played into Russia's broader foreign policy goals. Excuse me? China's going around, okay, trying to do what they're claiming Russia's doing by sending one fucking plane to us. All right? And they're sending out contaminated materials. They're sending out masks that aren't going to protect people. They're sending out defective respirators. They're sending out complete and total junk. And no one's calling out China for actually doing it. One fucking plane from Russia flies into the United States, and these assholes get their panties in a bunch and push this bullshit. Why won't they call out what China's doing right now with this shit? And then when they get caught with it, they go, oh, well, those test kits weren't approved. Really? Well, they were sold through the gut. The CCP was the one who made the hookup. Interesting. This is the type of shit that they're doing right now with a pandemic, when people's lives at stake. There's this constant effort to basically say that anything the West might be concerned about is unfounded, he told the CNN. Oh my God. We're not talking about that. You're literally trying to you want to see people die so that you can push a bullshit narrative. Instead of going, thank you for being nice, even though we've talked shit about you. We've had people in the government that want to go to war with you. You did something good. You did something nice. Thank you. They can't say that. In many respects, the Russian handling of Donald Trump has taken on aspects of trolling, where they're using Trump's attempts to turn the page to push core elements of Russia's foreign policy view, which is U.S. policy is a joke, Weiss said. I think it is just one more of these incidents we've seen where Russians outfoxed the Trump White House. Wow. How the fuck did they outfox him? We literally got the supplies we needed to shut Cuomo up and give him, even though they had supplies in storage. He just got a plane, flown into New York fucking City with a shit ton of supplies on it. And Trump played into Putin's hands? He literally made it so that Cuomo can't talk shit anymore. And because he did that, and it came from Russia, Putin's playing a game. Excuse me? This makes absolutely no sense. This is why I covered this article. They are literally trying to push this la-la land bullshit narrative And that this is all propaganda and PR. Now, don't get me wrong. This does make Russia look good on the global stage. It makes the Democrats look like shit. It makes the left look like shit because they've pushed this narrative of, oh, Putin is evil. Putin will let people die. Putin will do this. And I'm not saying Putin's a saint. Far from it. But he actually comes through and does something good. Something that's going to save American lives. And they're making it clear they would rather have those Americans dead to keep pushing their goddamn Russian narrative. These people are vile. They are evil, okay? Don't let the fact that these two women look like they're innocent fool you, because they are very evil people that wrote this article, pushing the shit that they are here. They have no moral compass because they're pushing a narrative that's going to lead to Americans dying. If we can get these supplies, who gives a shit where they come from? And you know what? I think I've covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.